Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse and our special Crypto in the Park episodes. In the first couple of episodes, we looked at dollar cost averaging and we looked at how to do your own research. Today, we have gone off on a massive tangent and we're going to be taking a look at Russell Brand and what he has to do with crypto. So in this episode, Brogan is with me.
Hello.
And myself, we're going to go through who Russell Brand is. We're going to go over his recent allegations. We're going to take a look at the history behind Russell Brand's association with crypto and Max Keiser. We're going to have a conversation about whether we think he still has access to his stash. And then we're going to give our conclusion on Russell Brand, the future of CBDCs and the future of crypto. So come and join us as we sit down to discuss Russell Brand and his secret stash. Let's have a quick chat about Russell Brand. So obviously you're a different age bracket to me. So I remember Russell Brand from being on Big Brother's Bit on the Side. I remember him being married to Katy Perry. I remember him getting to the Greek. So I know him more as a comedian and a TV star. Obviously you're a different generation to me. How do you know Russell Brand? Is he more of an activist, a podcaster?
Yeah, well, of recent he's been on Rumble and such. So, from what I know him biggest, the first thing I think of when I think of Russell Brand is Rumble and his, shows, conspiracies, whatnot.
Yeah.
But before that, I'd say he was just in movies. I couldn't say a single name of a movie he was in. Yeah. But I just knew I've seen him in random movies.
Absolutely. And of course, more recently, in the last 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even the last 6 weeks, we've known him from the allegations that have been in the UK to do with SA. Lots of women have come forward. And there's two sides to the argument. One is that this is a conspiracy theory to get rid of Russell Brand because he's grown so big so quickly that he's now a threat to the establishment. And on the other side, you've got one of a man who's very promiscuous, that was trying to sleep with lots and lots of women. And I think maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle between the two. But we're not here to talk about that, are we?
No,
we are here to talk about the story behind Russell Brand's secret stash.
Okay. There you go.
So let's take the story from the very beginning then, shall we? So if you take us back to 2014 and just explain where the story starts and how this has come about.
Yeah, well, this whole fiasco starts when Russell Brand meets a guy called Max Keiser, who is a producer and former CEO of the Hollywood Stock Exchange.
Okay.
And between 2009 and 2022, he ran a financial news podcast channel panel thing called the Keiser Report, which frequented many crypto people and people working in the crypto space. And he's a big advocate for crypto.
As well as people like Alex Jones, as well as people like Russell Brand. He was getting celebrities involved as well as crypto entrepreneurs, wasn't he? So it starts with Max Keiser. And Max Keiser is trying to get people into crypto. And I think that's where the story really starts from, isn't it?
Yeah.
It takes place. So moving on from that, jumping forward about 12 years, Max Keiser tweets about 2 years ago, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And in that tweet, he says
that he gave Russell Brand 1,000 Bitcoin when it was worth only $5.
He gave Russell Brand, he gave
numerous of
Alec Baldwin, and he gave Alex Jones 1,000 Bitcoin each in their wallets. So Max Keiser gives 3 major A-list celebrities in Hollywood 1,000 Bitcoin in 2014. And I think that's where Russell Brand's crypto journey really began. Because not only did it introduce him to Bitcoin, it also introduced him to the concept of CBDCs, as well as the concept of having a currency that wasn't controlled by governments. So I think everything that we're looking at and everything that we're talking about is to do with Max Keiser's introduction to Russell Brand. Now, it never happened with Alec Baldwin. It never happened with Alex Jones. Alex Jones does dabble a little bit in crypto. But I'm going to put some clips on the screen now of what Russell Brand has been doing since 2015. In 2015, he had his first interview with Russia Times, where he talks about the need for a currency that was outside of the American banking system, the UK banking system, and an uncensorable currency. Now, for those of you that are in crypto, you'll know that he's talking about Bitcoin. For those of you not, he's talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is uncensorable, it's decentralized, it has no central point of control, no central point of failure. So Max Keiser is responsible for Russell Brand being introduced to crypto. And this is where the interesting thing occurs, because by doing our research, we have found Russell Brand's wallet, which contains 1,000 Bitcoin, as Brogan has said. Now, can you tell people how much that's roughly worth at today's prices?
Okay, so at the all-time high of Bitcoin, that value would have been $69 million. Of current, it's around $29 million, although prices of Bitcoin has changed quite a bit.
It's about $35 million now.
Like that,
yeah, about $35 million now. And that was a very nice gift from Max Keiser.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that I want to make very clear is, we're not saying that Russell Brand has avoided paying taxes. We're not saying that he's trying to avoid the law. What we're saying is that he has, at present, $35 million in a crypto wallet that he's held since 2014. Now, when Max Keiser went back to him and Alex Jones about 3 or 4 years ago, they immediately said, we've lost it. Now, we know this isn't the case because there are transactions on those wallets.
Yep.
Because there's transactions on those wallets, it means somebody, either Russell Brand or somebody very close to Russell Brand, has access to those wallets. So as far as we're concerned, they are active, they haven't been lost, They're still available to Russell Brand. So my question to you, Brogan, really is, has Max Keiser's strategy of trying to get A-list celebrities into crypto, has that worked?
I mean, I think so. I mean, you look at it, it was a really big long-term plan because the Bitcoin's not going anywhere anytime soon. So whatever happens to it, and what happens to these people in news, this has been brought along, especially by people in crypto. They always try and find an angle of crypto on any sort of news. So to see that there's 1,000 Bitcoin, and he tweets really recently as well. So it was definitely a long-term plan. Obviously, you couldn't really foresee these sorts of things come out about Russell Brand. You couldn't really foresee this, but it was a good opportunity to try and get him in the news and try and bundle in the fact that he has all this crypto.
Okay, so we've covered off Max Keiser. Let's go back to Russell Brand for a second. Now, from your point of view, is he a pro-crypto evangelist or is he a crypto detractor? What camp would you put Russell Brand in?
He's a shining beam of bright yellow light in the crypto sphere. I mean, he harps on about how good it is. He's got all this Bitcoin. It's great for him. But in his Rumble, talks, he does mention numerous of times how good crypto is. But he also mentions how bad CBDCs are. So he's not some sheep who just follows along with crypto. Yeah. He knows what he's talking about. And he knows what's going on in the crypto sphere. However, what do you think he's going to do with all this crypto?
Well, first of all, if we compare this to the Andrew Tate case, Andrew Tate was arrested at the start of the year, locked up in prison, charges were all dropped in the end, and they confiscated his cars. But not only did they take his cars, they took his crypto, which I mentioned in a video that I made about it at the time. Now, what I would say about Andrew Tate and anybody else, any celebrity that really understands crypto, is that this is basically like a grab bag. A grab bag is a bag you have under your bed that you can pick up at the drop of a hat, leave the house, never go back. And I think that this is either Russell Brand's insurance policy, his pension. I think it's his money of last resort. And I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's there for a reason. It's untouched for a reason. It's $35 million. It's not it's not a small amount of money. So from my point of view, I think Russell Brand is keeping it there for a rainy day when he needs it.
All right, to summarize, how did Russell Brand get this money? Well, he met Max Keiser back in 2014, who gave him 1,000 Bitcoin for $5 each. He's been sitting on this money ever since, until Max Keiser tweeted this 2 years ago. And now,
pretty much it, apart from the fact that the wallet is active. We think he's going to be using it as a rainy day fund, maybe an emergency fund that he can get hold of. So we're interested to know what you think about Russell Brand's secret stash of $35 million.
Yes, Do you think it's good or do you think it's bad? I want to hear all your crazy comments about it. He's a crazy man, so I'll be very surprised, nevertheless, of what he would do with it. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you're enjoying these park videos. It's really nice for us anyway. And I think that's about it. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I do. The most important thing. Please make sure
you like
and subscribe.
Turn the bell on.
And
comment down below.
Comment down below. Until next time, we will see you soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.